I came across another video of questions. As always, I can't help myself. Feel free to play along. Let's see what they have to say. First, the Big Bang Theory has nothing to do with the creation of the world. It discusses the initial expansion of light, heat, and matter into the universe roughly 14 billion years ago. The Earth was formed several billion years after that. Second, no, we currently don't know what caused it, but saying it happened is not a leap of faith. We have several pieces of evidence that point to this initial expansion. Admittedly, we only have an idea what happened after the first earliest fraction of a second after this expansion began. But if you get hit by a car, you don't have to know what factory it came from to prove it exists. You have evidence that it does, because it hit you. The background cosmic radiation, the expansion of the universe, and the predicted ratio of lighter elements in the universe all correspond to this theory. When the universe cooled, photons were released as radiation. Turn on an old television, one that picks up signals through waves, to a dead channel. That static or snow you see is actually the remnants of the expansion of our universe. When I was a kid, you could personally sit back and observe the random chaos that started at the same time as the universe. But people usually skip past that and put on reruns of Hee Haw. If you compare distant points in the universe, two things can be noticed. One, they all appear to be moving away from us. And two, the further away something is, the faster it's receding from us. This is consistent with the expanding universe theory. If the universe is really expanding, no matter where you are within this universe, everything will appear to be moving away from you, and the further something is, the faster it appears to be moving away from you. The theory says that after the first 3 minutes the universe had cooled enough to the point nucleosynthesis could take place. Deuterium, which is a stable isotope of hydrogen, could be produced. At this time, a large amount of deuterium combined with other protons and neutrons to produce helium. These events lasted until about 20 minutes after the Big Bang. If helium was only produced in stars like the heavier elements, then it would not be very abundant in this universe. Big Bang nucleosynthesis says that roughly a quarter of the mass of the universe should be helium, which is what we find. When viewing the observable universe, we find a minimum of 23% of the mass is helium. Additionally, there is no other theory outside of the Big Bang that could produce deuterium. Stars destroy it faster than it can be created, yet clouds of deuterium have been observed in space. So there you go. We may not know how it happened, but we have evidence that it did, so it's not a leap of faith. In a way, that's true. Everything I do now, or ever will have done, will not matter. Given enough time, the Earth will be gone, and even the universe will experience heat death. But right here, right now, I and the people I love exist. And I'll do what I can to ensure that our lives, even if short and ultimately pointless, are as decent as possible. I don't need my actions to last forever for them to be worthwhile. They just need to bring some joy or reduce some harm, even for a little bit, to make a difference. And even after we die, the choices and decisions we make can still impact the world. Laws and codes of justice put into place decades, even centuries ago, are still here. Just because the original writers of those laws have passed away, that doesn't mean we descend into anarchy. Many scientific discoveries that have been made in the past are just as relevant now and have formed the foundation of the works of scientists of today and for tomorrow. When Newton said that he had seen further by standing on the shoulders of giants, he admitted that the works and studies of those in the past had helped them with his own discoveries, and his discoveries had helped scientists centuries after he had died. The impacts we make can live on much longer after we're gone. And even if we take it that nothing really matters, and that fills us with some kind of deep existential emptiness, so what? That does not mean in any way that a belief in God is accurate, only desirable, and reality does not bend to what you or anybody desires. The universe is the way it is whether we like it or not. Our preferences do not determine what is true. Why do you feel that something needs to last forever to have meaning? I can take joy and pleasure into things that are fleeting. I can enjoy a delicious meal, even though I know it'll end, and will literally go to waste not long after. That is an interesting point. When Hillary climbed Mount Everest... No, not that one. When Hillary... No, not that one either. What kind of Mickey Mouse operation are we running here? You get what you pay for. When Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay scaled Everest... Thank you. Seashells were found at the top. Yes, sea-dwelling creatures found at one of the highest points of the planet, almost 9 kilometers above sea level, does seem a little out of place. But that is until you understand the awesome dynamic that went into creating these mountains. Geology is amazing. The Himalayan mountain range was begun approximately 60 million years ago. At that time, the subcontinental Indo-Australian plate came into contact with the Eurasia plate. When the two slammed together at an awesome rate of 15 centimeters per year, they pressed together where the now vanished ocean of Tethys once was. As the plates collided, they pushed up to create Everest, a processing running over several million years and is actually still going on. If you were to climb to the same point as Hillary and Norgay now, you would be just under a meter higher than they got. As the mountains rose, fossilized seashells from Tethys went along for the ride, being propelled higher than most of the rest of the world has ever been. So, no flood was needed to get the shells up there, only physics and time. No, thank you for letting me answer your questions. So, let me know what you think, what I got wrong, what you disagreed with, and your own thoughts about these questions. And, as always, if you come across or have questions of your own for me, send them over.
Forever trusting